Hello everybody, this is Tarina. I am back with another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am glad that you're here. I do a lot of different things, and this time I'm going to be pulling this kit, the Spruced Up Scrapbooking Workshop, from this particular catalog from Close to My Heart. This is the January-February catalog. I don't know if these are going to be available. They might be available in the online only or clearance sections. Usually the online only is the ones that had just gone out of retirement, but they're not always put on there. So if you want to get this, you got to get this before the end of February. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm kind of changing things up a little bit. I love these ones I love, and I love this one, and I like this one too. So these two I'm not doing. I decided to do a different, I made a separate layout pack for this. So I kind of already put all of these projects kits together so that it's quicker and easier for us all. And so I kind of wanted to use this. This was one of the snowflakes that came out, that you pull the snowflakes out for this one, I believe. And I was thinking, you know what? Instead of just doing some smushes down here on the bottom of this, I could do it in use this as a stencil, kind of, since it was garbage or recycle anyways. I could just use it as a stencil and just stencil some snowflakes here and there. And I'm going to use the transparent matte texture paste from Close to My Heart. Well, it's actually from Ranger, but Close to My Heart sells it. And then this is not available through Close to My Heart, but this is Pearl X, and it's micropearl color, and it's just a really pretty, I don't know if you can actually see the color that way. It's it looks white, but it actually has like a pearl shine to it. So I'm going to mix those two together and see what I can come up with as far as some snowflakes to add to the background on these ones here. And so I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on fast forward. Even though these are already cut out, I don't want the videos to take a long time. So, okay, let's see. Project number 1 is here. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on a voiceover. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open this up, and some of the embellishments I put in a little bag of its own, and some I didn't. So I'm going to pretty closely follow this set of instructions. I did move a couple of those colors around, which you'll see, but yeah. Evidently I didn't have my desk cleaned off before I started. I had papers underneath there. So I'm going to go ahead and use my liquid glass and just put a little bead right around the edge of this frame, I guess. And then you go ahead and just stick that down, and ta-da, it's done. It's just got to dry, and then you're done. See that? That works perfect. So I know that these two pieces go on the top and bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and do those first. And then I will kind of take a little bit of time and map out what I want where, because I knew when I looked at the layout, I didn't want on the layout it shows 2 brown pieces on the right hand side, and I didn't really want 2 brown pieces on the right hand side. I kind of wanted it balanced to where there's brown on the left and brown on the right, and about the same amount of colors. So I look at them, and then I put them all upside down, and none of them, I can't remember exactly what I put where, but it was also kind of trying to figure out and make sure that I had all the right amount of pieces as well, and the right sizes of pieces, which I mean, Close to My Heart is usually really good about making sure you have everything that you need. Of course, they're human. They're gonna, it is a business, but it's based off of humans, so it's gonna happen. It will happen that you end up missing something or something like that. Not very often, though. Very, very rarely. So here I go. I'm like, okay, well, I can't remember what they are, so I'm just gonna flip it over and start over. So, and I don't know. I don't like the same colors next to each other. So and I don't like I don't want the right hand side to be brown heavy or even, you know, the pattern heavy either. I want it to be balanced. So I'm kind of trying to just, you know, stick these all where I need them. And then I was like, hey, that works. That looks pretty balanced. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and then just add some liquid glass and put the pieces on. It actually went very quickly, a lot quicker than I thought it would. Now, one of the things that I have found with my liquid glass, I tried this. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've been struggling with the liquid glass. So I am coming to the very end of my liquid glass, and so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't like to. It likes to dry a lot. So I have the like precision tip there with the pink on there, and it likes to get clogged a lot. I'm always having issues with it. So I actually just tipped it upside down and leaned it out, like kind of leaned it up against the jar, and it's working great. Like all I did was just unscrewed it and I was ready to go. And that was after like a week of time not using it. So I am very excited to have figured that out. Very excited, very, very excited. So I don't have to worry about that clogging. I mean, of course, it's still in the back of my mind that it might, but that might be a tip or trick for you guys if you guys struggle with that. And see what I mean? This went pretty quick. I mean, them having, you know, most of it done already, if you just followed their instructions, it would have gone a lot quicker, I'm assuming. But yeah, I can never seem to do that, so I always have to change something or add something. So of course I want to do foam tape on here. That's something I need to buy. I need to buy more foam tape. I use a lot. I really do. So I'm going to put foam tape all over the back of this, and then when I adhere it, because I don't have a photo for this yet, I am going to make sure that I don't take the tape off of the upper pieces. And you'll see what I mean when I show you. So that I can slide a photo right down and inside of there whenever I'm ready. But that way it still has the foam tape in its spot, and I don't have to bend it or, you know, lift it up or anything like that. All I have to do is just, you know, grab the edge or the backing and just pull it right off there. So this actually went pretty quickly. So you see I left the backing on those ones. And then of course I had to adjust it evenly between everything. And then I'm just kind of showing you, which of course, you know, part of it got stuck, but I'm just kind of showing you that you can slide your picture right down in there. And then I'm looking to see what exactly I'm doing next. And really it's pretty much snowflakes. So I decided to go ahead and use the mat. I was only going to use it on the the 2-page spread, but I decided, you know what, those snowflakes could stand to use a little sparkle or shine. And so then that's when I was like, okay, well, let's try it out here. I want to see if my theory works. I don't think I've mixed the clear matte with the with anything really. So I put this on my acrylic block, which I forgot that I had a little I have a little thing to put it on so it doesn't stick to my block, but I didn't do that. It does come off with soap and water, as long as it's not like completely dry. So that is something that's good. And I don't know if you really can't see that very well. It just looks like a shine because it's wet. But once it dries, it still looks like that shine, only it's got just that, like, you know, that pearl look to it. So, and here I am just slathering it on. I really do go over all of it because I want it to make, you know, try to get a even layer all over and not have any holes or missing spots. So, and here I am trying to pick it up, without damaging it or causing, you know, holes or anything. And then I'm going to go ahead and go rinse this off. Or at least I think I rinsed this off. I'm going to wipe it off first. I'll wipe it off first. And then I go and wash it later. So now I'm going to actually, I started to air dry those while I looked at the rest of the stuff, and then I was like, you know what, I just need to blow dry or heat gun it. So I will do that in a minute. I'm not sure exactly what, I've done a couple layouts since this, so I don't remember exactly what I did. I'm building the snowflakes up. Pretty much exactly like they have on the instructions. I figured I can add some sparkle at the end if I want to, or whatever. And I already know that I have a little bit of shine on the snowflakes that are going to be the base of these, so I didn't really need to do very much. And of course, get these ready on their foam tape. And this one I decided to put up on foam tape as well. So I will have the shimmer snowflake as the base, and it will be flat onto the layout. And then I will pop this part up on foam. And because those have the back on them still, I can just, you know, have them ready to go whenever it's time. So here I am, trying to dry the snowflakes. Now, you definitely want to dry them from the front and the back. It helps with the curling, and it also, you know, helps dry it faster, because it can dry the top of your paste, but then you have all of that water trapped inside underneath of it. And most of that soaks into the paper, but not all of it. So if you dry the paper from the back, it will like dehydrate the paper from the, dehydrate or dry the paste through the paper. So it will definitely help dry it faster. And things dry a lot faster when they're not wet. So yeah, you can kind of see that shine there. That's looking kind of lovely. I like that. If I do say so myself. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to get it to line up fairly evenly, because, you know, snowflakes, I don't know, I like them to be lined up evenly. So, if at all possible. It doesn't actually end up lining up evenly, so. And I added a little bit of glue on here because I wasn't sure how the foam tape was going to adhere to the transparent gloss or transparent matte paste. So just kind of, you know, just to make sure it stays. And of course, I'm sticking it down with the liquid adhesive as well. Glossy, it's not glossy accents, it's liquid glass. Now, when I looked at this, I was like, oh no, because I don't have a photo for this yet. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I was like, well, I guess foam tape it is. Just stick down the bulk of it and then stick foam tape underneath it there. So it does take a little bit more time, but I love that I can take off the back of that foam tape and be able to just stick it right down to the photo. It will look so nice once I figure out which photo I want for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this off here. You got to be really careful because it is a very fine, I want to say font. And very thin, very easy to tear if you aren't very careful. So I'm so glad where I put the W actually worked. I didn't think it was actually going to work the first try. I thought I was going to have to scoot it over or something. I don't know. It was awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and try cutting a lot of little tiny pieces, and then I decide, you know what, I can just bring in my, oh no, I don't remember if I did it on this one. I may have done this one all by individual kind of thing here. So I was going to push down a little bit, so I went ahead and lifted it up, made sure it's not sticking to the paper yet, not until I get the photo on there. I have a lot of winter photos, and I don't think any of them are quite this big. However, they're all digital, so I can make them whatever size that I want. So I'm just making sure that I get as much, foam tape as I can to make sure that it all lifts up just fine. Like it doesn't stick to the photo mat. And the tittle on the eye, I'm just not, I don't know, I wasn't sure what all I needed to do with that. I didn't know. I tried to stick the back of the foam tape down with like an adhesive roller, and I think, let me see what that is. It is the Tombow removable adhesive, or Tombow mono, and I thought that I could put that down and that it would allow me to, just stick it on there and then pull it off whenever I'm ready to put the photo in there, but it didn't actually work that way. I was really surprised. Like, I couldn't get it to actually, the back of the foam tape, like the cover of the foam tape, to actually stick to the Tombow mono adhesive. So I was a little dumbfounded with that, but I put down the large snowflake, and that is an easy way to make sure it doesn't move and that it gets a good adhesion. So I was looking at this and I was like, I don't really like that. Title. I mean, I love winter. It's a beautiful font. I love the color. It's just gorgeous. And then I was like, well, what about fun? What if I took fun out of the other one? And then I was like, is the best place is, it's one of those, I don't know, it was one from the two-page spread that I wasn't going to make. So it was kind of extra. And I was like, yay. So I'm kind of looking in my camera to see overall what it looks like, whether I like it like that or if I want to change it or move it or what I want to do before I stick it down. And then, of course, I'm using more blocks for weight. And I did decide on winter is the best place because, like, we have winter photos of our house in the snow, and it looks so pretty. And, I mean, that's my home, so it's the best place. And I love my home in the winter. It's nice and warm and toasty, but we can go out and we can, see, that just does not want to stay there. So and I can't get that to stick to that, and when I stick it down there, it doesn't stick at all. It was just so weird. It was so weird. So weird. So I decide to go ahead and just pull the backing off and just stick the foam tape to it. I figure if nothing else, it will be with the layout. And if it's with the layout, then I can always just, cut off the whatever foam tape I have, and then put more on if I want to. So I, of course, have to add some bling. And I decided to go ahead and use our julep glitter gems, and I love these. They're so pretty. I just love how they glisten. It is very much like ice in the wintertime. It is like that's one of the reasons I love this layout. It's so pretty. It's got that beautiful winter green, which is very julep. It's very julep. So I just put a couple of these on there, and I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys with the next layout. Thanks for watching. Bye.